You are quite a remarkable man, Joseph. I, Marie Antoinette, Queen of France, hereby anoint you Chevalier.
In any other country, a man of your color would not be wearing such fine clothes.
One day, the whole world will know me. And of course, the music will be spectacular. Bold.
You're watching Black Tree on TV.
Yo, Kelvin, man, this was a great movie, and I've been such a big fan. I've been wanting to talk to you for like all these years. Monsters, Men, Monster, Waves, Gully. Like, you had so many great performances where I was like, yo, I gotta talk to this guy. Then I found out you're in Leo Gang. I found out you just made Leo Gang. I found out you're from New Orleans, went to UNO and Loyola. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff I've been in your familiar circle. So nice to catch up with you. Playing Chevalier, Joseph, a lot to do with the wigs, the outfits. Like, how did you feel just getting into the look and putting on that wig? Like, what was that like?
It was kind of wild at first because, you know, I've never seen brown skin inside one of those bad boys. So I was like, I mean, I did look kind of fly, I'm not gonna lie. But at the same time, I felt it was like, I felt kind of out of place at times. And so it was an adjustment trying to figure out your own in that space and trying to, once again, physicalization of trying to assimilate to a culture that's so outside of yours, you know? But yeah.
I mean, would the same sentence apply? I'm not black, I'm OJ. I'm not black, I'm Chevalier. It seemed like the story was kind of similar in that sense. I mean, do you see the same vibe for that?
I definitely think that Joseph has some serious identity issues. And the way people saw him was as if he was outside of the racial norms or expectations of Black people at the time. So he thinks he has more privileges. He thinks he's an anomaly. He thinks he's outside of it. And really he's just right. He's right in the mix of it. They just playing him until they get what they want from him, you know? So yeah, for sure. I can see that OJ similarity.
And I mean, working with Ronkẹ, how did you feel like that relationship, the character changes in the story when your mom arrives back? I mean, I know he's in the street with people. He has a wig on. Like, how was that transition as an actor for that day on set different than when you was, you know, had to be like aristocratic?
It was definitely it felt like a culture shock in some ways because you have been trying so hard to, like, I was trying to sound and walk and talk and be in that space and making sure that, you know, Joseph still felt like himself to some extent, at least the part of Joseph that he wanted to keep for himself, but at the same time assimilate to that culture. Then you get into like the scenes with Ronkẹ and everybody else, and it's almost like it's overwhelming for him because he's never been around it. He's never seen it. He's never felt that level of love and that level of like, we see you and we are rooting for you, brother. And in that is really the response that he gets. That's also the adverse response he has to his mom in the beginning, is because the fact that he's like, she's given so much love and he's like, I'm not used to that kind of love. I don't know what to do with that. So I don't trust you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fascinating.
What was the hardest training for your character? Was it the fencing or pulling off the master of music, one of the greatest compositionists of all time, Joseph Bologne? Like, which was the hardest to train to bring off that look on screen?
It was the music part, because, you know, it's the hardest part is honestly learning the compositions, right? But then the next part is trying to perform them in a way that make the audience see him as the rock star that he was, you know? Because sometimes Michael Abels really went for it, who was writing out those compositions for me, that Joseph plays in the movie. He really went for it, and he was not shying away making it easy for me. So, you know, trying to learn that and then still figure out how to make it look cool and sexy took months.
fuck is that?
Yeah. Well, look, man, I appreciate it. It's a great film. I mean, I'm glad to see this title, Searchlight. They always put out some great films. I know you kind of started with 12 years with them, as far as one of your first big films. So glad to see you there again. Keep on doing this great work, because you never let us down on screen. Every time we see you on screen, we know like your star is shining big. I know there's people in New Orleans saying "baby" and all that stuff for you. You're doing your thing, man. Keep doing it, bro.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for the time.
Appreciate you, man.